Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. All right. And as you see from the thumbnail, of this video, there's a particular vehicle with the license plate that has the acronym for the New World Order, NWO. Now, I took that picture earlier, not long after I was watching the film Equilibrium. All right, because me and a brother, we were reasoning about a few things on the WhatsApp, and he had mentioned how some of the things I was sending him concerning AI technology and so on and so forth, reminded him of a particular scene in Equilibrium. So I said, you know what, I gotta watch that movie again, because I seen it, a long time ago. But sometimes, you gotta refresh, your memory on particular scenes and, concepts that were used in these movies. So the spirit jumped on me this morning to actually, watch that movie, Equilibrium. And, it's basically about, the New World Order, okay? And that's the significance of that image, that I took, earlier on today, because it was shortly after I finished watching Equilibrium. So I thought that's the spirit, because I was heavily meditating on the New World Order, and I was watching videos, regarding the New World Order and regarding particular things that, Esau Edom is bringing forth to the forefront, all right? And another video I was watching was concerning China. And there was a, short documentary, that they'd done on the Vice, that YouTube channel, the Vice. And they were going into, security cameras, surveillance, over in China. And the guy was going into how they actually named it Skynet, all right, which is actually from the Terminator. And they actually named it Skynet. But he said, obviously, R1 is for the good, of mankind, which is obviously, a load of crap, all right? But it just shows you that, they're doing these things, very blatantly, all right? They're creating, this Orwellian New World Order system, and day by day, these things that, we watch in movies, from the last 20 years, even to the 80s up until this point and before that, a lot of these things are now happening in society, all right? And before they actually were legitimized and, massaged in your mind, through the process of gradualism, you would have thought that, some of these things that are happening now would have been, extreme. All right. But now, they become a part, of day-to-day life and day-to-day routine, through the effect, of gradualism, man. So then when you watch a movie like Equilibrium, where you had, which is set after World War III, all right, where you had, people becoming, offenders to the state, to the government, the centralized one world order government, you will become an offender for feeling, all right, and having emotions, okay? And that is not far-fetched, all right? It's not far-fetched to now imagine a society like that, all right? Where you can become a thought criminal. I believe that's what they called it. They called it thought criminals, all right? If you were entangled in any sort of emotion, if you were caught reading, okay? If you were caught listening to music, if you were caught admiring, paintings, anything of this, matter, that you would enjoy, and, you know, would provoke emotion, you would be exterminated. Okay? And that's what the movie is centered around. So anyone that hasn't, you know, watched that before, you know, you should definitely watch that film. Okay? And it was good for me to watch it again, because like I said, I watched it many, many years ago. You know, we always reference it, you know, at the camp every now and again. And then I thought, you know, let me watch it again, man. And I thought, damn, I said, you know, this ain't, you know, really far-fetched, man. All right, from where we are now and how they're pushing things, I can actually imagine a lot of the things that happened in that movie. I can imagine that taking place any moment now, all right? Which shows you, you know, the time and the climate that we're living in. And as it says in, you know, Revelations 12:12, you know, the devil, you know, shall come down on you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time, all right? Now they know that they have but a short time, so that's why they are, you know, putting the fast track on this New World Order system, and that's why you're seeing so much things happening at the same time concerning pushing for that environment, okay? Now there was another video I was watching. It was based in the UK. You had this guy going around his town, you know, a small town in the UK, and he was basically saying how, look, there used to be a bank here, there used to be a bank here, there used to be a cash point here, a cash point there, and basically they were all removed and they were replaced with like restaurants, so on and so forth. And he was just going around, you know, his little town, and he was saying, look, there used to be a cash point here, they got rid of it, and he showed the hole that they cemented over where the cash points used to be, you know, and he was like, you know, basically what the hell is going on? Well, what's going on is that, you know, they're fashioning this New World Order system right before your eyes, all right? They're fashioning this New World Order system right before your eyes, man. And people, a lot of people, you know, are still asleep as to the real sinister agenda, you know, behind these things happening. But you're also having a lot of people wake up to what's actually going on, which is causing a rise in rebellions and uproars, okay? Because you've had a lot of uproars throughout the four corners of the globe of people protesting essentially this New World Order system, okay? And coming together and protesting against, you know, the 15-minute cities that they're currently trying to action over in Oxford, all right, over here in the UK, and also particular other parts of the UK also. Okay, so all of these things that we're experiencing, all right, this is the New World Order system. We're already in it. It's already, you know, in action. Okay, the scriptures say, you know, that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. These are all the devices that all lead to the MOTB, all right, the mark of the beast, spoken of in Revelations 13 and 16. Okay, so we are not far, all right, from the end of Esau Edom's kingdom, because we know and we understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that once this New World Order system is complete, which is going to be complete when the MOTB, the Revelations 13 CHIP, is actually active upon the earth. That's when that system is complete, when people are actually, you know, being inoculated with the CHIP. All right, that cements, you know, the finishing of Esau Edom's slavery system, is having people get inoculated with that CHIP. Okay, so that's what's going to cement the completion. But when that happens, things are going to move very quick. All right, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to have to come back and rescue his elect, all right, from the four corners of the globe, to save them, all right, from, you know, that system that's going to be actioned upon the face of the earth, all right, because the Lord is going to sustain us for a time, okay, but it's not going to be long after that system is actioned and is flourishing on earth that the Lord is going to come back and destroy it, all right. And that's why it says in the book of Job, when he's about to fill his belly, you know, the Lord shall cast down his wrath upon him, you know, very roughly paraphrasing, man. So we're living in a very beautiful time right now, you know, and I just thought it was very spiritual that after I finished watching that movie and I was meditating on, you know, the NWO, and I was watching, you know, videos on it, the NWO, so on and so forth, now I saw that number plate, you know, I thought that was very spiritual, so I took a picture of it because I couldn't record, you know, at that very moment, all right? But, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying, And until the next time, I'll say shalom.